Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where the fact that we were killed, actually, relatively recently, I believe that was last episode, actually helps us. Because if we go into the Byzantine Empire here, we can use kingdom invasions and Holy War for Kingdoms now to get Croatia and Serbia. So that's great. Now, Hellas, we would love to do the same thing for. How many duchies is this? This is 2 duchies? Okay. So I'm not 100% certain that we're going to be able to easily grab this. I believe we were working on somebody here, but yeah. These guys are just not willing to come to our court under, like, any circumstances. So we're probably going to have to go after those 2 duchies and Cyprus separately. But that's fine. We can definitely do that. So that's a total of 5 wars against the same people in, like, 2.75 years. We're going to have to be pretty quick about this. No doubt about that. So we declare war on this guy with a kingdom invasion. We're going to do a kingdom invasion on Croatia. Now, this will break our truce. Absolutely. And we understand that, and we're completely fine with it. So we're going to declare this war. Yeah, everybody's not going to like us being a truce breaker. That's absolutely the case. So we're going to raise up our forces down here because that's very close to their capital. We're going to need to absolutely get these done as quickly as possible. That said, we might end up going slightly over the end date. We'll see. We'll see. We do have a dangerous faction here. These are probably not recalculated, if I had to guess. Our regent is being a jerk. No shockers there. We can stop gathering here, and we can head in here. Okay. So that's all looking good. We're working on killing our regent, but this is extraordinarily unlikely to happen. I'm actually going to abandon the scheme. I don't think it's worth it. So up we go with our men-at-arms here. Eventually, anytime you want to travel, men-at-arms, there you go. Cool. We'll group these guys together, and these sieges will now happen quite quickly, right? So that's fine. Our wounds are healing. We're no longer severely injured, and we're now injured. So that's good. How are we doing on that anyway? We're in good health, so that should be fine. We're going to head on down over this way. We're at 12% war score. We saw them heading up the coast this direction, which we could do something about, and we probably should. We want to end this war as swiftly as possible, right? Because we're going to need to declare additional wars. So we're going to have these guys embark and sail up after them, while these guys continue their sieges. So we're going to have this guy in charge here. Perfect. And this is absolutely fine. So we're going to get the majority of the Byzantine Empire out of this. They're actually going up here. Noted. Well, we can definitely still do something about that, right? So we would end up coming in over here and actually wouldn't take any attrition for that. So that seems absolutely fine. We're at 45% here. Now 58. Okay, this faction is still here. Independence. That's very rude. Okay, what do we have for children at this point? We do have a daughter. We do need to deal with this. No doubt about that. So how do we want to handle this? Well, we're going to send a gift first and foremost to everyone here, regardless of whether they've already had one or not. So we're going to do this, and hopefully some of them will decide to leave just from that. That would be ideal. Let's see, did we get this guy? Even if we didn't, I'll do it again. Our gold count is so high it doesn't matter, right? So that's okay. We're going to do something like this and just give gold to every single person here. That on its own will likely offset the truce breaker penalty, so that'll be great. Or at least largely offset it. And hopefully some of these guys will, in fact, leave this faction. We would really prefer to not have to deal with this faction, because that would certainly delay our plans. Okay, so we'll do that for now. And a number of these people are indeed leaving the faction. Cool. So we're at 70% right now, and we've not finished this siege yet. Okay, So that stack wipe occurs, and we're going to just hop up over here. So what are they at currently? 97? And each of these are not actually very impactful here. Okay. So that's all noted. We could also demand some conversions, and we'll try that for everyone that we can here. They might ask for something in return, and many of these are probably just not going to accept. But those of them that do will gain a bunch of opinion of us. So that's fine. We'll just see which of these we can demand conversion of. And to be clear, the ones, or actually all of these that we're demanding conversion of, are going to lose 10 opinion of us. That's understood. Our gold is there to offset that as well. So, any more of these that we can demand conversion on? Actually, a number of them, yes. We'll demand conversion here. That's condemning sins, okay. We're not going to do that for the moment. And we'll demand conversion here. Okay, we'll see how many of these actually end up joining. No, no. This guy would do it for a hook, and we're actually going to give him the hook. And then those three did not. Those two did not. This one would do it for a hook, and we're going to give it to him. And this guy converted. He would do it for 900 gold. Done. For a hook, done. Yeah, this is a lot of hooks. No doubt about that. I'm going to fight this battle here, despite the fact that the war is already over. Okay. We're no longer wounded, and the reason I wanted to fight that battle was for the fame. So that's absolutely fine. We're very close to being back up there. So we will enforce these demands. Perfect. And now we're going to grant out this kingdom title, right? So this kingdom needs to be created, and that will go to this kid. So the Sultanate of Croatia. I don't know what this sheikdom is. But we'll give this kid the Sultanate of Croatia. There we go. Absolutely fine. Now the question is, what else can we do about this? Well, we can Holy War for Kingdom here. We'll, of course, be a truce breaker. That is a guarantee. And we do have one sheikdom that we shouldn't. That's right over here. Okay, we'll grant that to this guy as well. There we go. Cool. So, what do we want to do about this independence faction? So we've got Poland here. He is Catholic. We can send him a gift. He is new, actually. So we can send him a gift and demand his conversion. We have a 56% chance of acceptance on that. And we'll see what he does. He does convert. Cool. So that boosts up his opinion of us quite a lot. That broke truce modifier is going to be painful. Short reign for a little bit as well. So they're now 8 months away from sending an ultimatum. We need to drop their power by 7%. Okay. We have a hook on this guy. Right? Oh, he has a hook on us. Right. So we don't really want to do acts of tyranny. So if we can imprison some of these that declined to convert, we would love to do it. If we can do it just for free, would be the idea. So 58% chance here. 0% chance here. Hopefully some of these would allow it. Or a title revocation, potentially, as well. But I don't think that's necessarily the best thing. We can't do the Sultanate of Germany. We could do this. That would be Ghana. So we would revoke that title, and that would pull him out of the faction. So then we would come down over to Ghana, right? And we would make sure that we want to grant out this kingdom title. So we would grant this to someone. It's a leased out title. That's obnoxious. Okay, so we would then... Another leased out title. Wow, okay. Lots of grandmasters over here. Now we would grant it out to someone who's the correct religion and culture, and then we would grant him the kingdom title, Sultanate of Ghana. So he's now very happy, which means that he's not in that faction, right? So that's the idea there. Now we need to do another one. So who else would we want to do this to? Gurma? Only a 51% chance. So these odds are getting a little bit lower, for sure. 0%? Okay. So 68%, we just need to drop it by 3% here. And we can definitely do that with a marriage. So we then go to Poland and we say, would you like our half-sister to marry your son? And he says yes. So that's absolutely great. And actually, we see this dropping further. Perfect. So that faction is not a concern now. Now we need to continue to go after the Byzantines, right? So a holy war here is absolutely what's necessary. Do we go for Serbia or Hellas here? Now, Cyprus is only a single duchy kingdom, so that's not a problem. 2 duchies here, and then as far as Serbia goes, that is 2 duchies. So I don't think it really matters whether we go for Serbia or Hellas. There's a small chance that we manage to get a claim on this kingdom somewhere, that we managed to bring somebody in. But I think that chance is incredibly low, right? So it's probably going to end up being 4 total wars against the Byzantines. We'll declare on this guy Holy War for Kingdom of Serbia. So 1 war, 2 wars. Yeah, 2 wars. Definitely 2 wars. And then a 3rd war for Cyprus. This would be the idea. Yeah, we're truced. Yeah, we're truce breaking. Yeah, it's painful. We are back up to living legend, though. So we're going to declare this right now. And that drops us down. That seems relatively okay. We're going to drop our rally point here. And we'll raise up men-at-arms and levy troops. How many troops does this guy have? 8,000. Okay. So that's fine. We're going to raise up... This is enough. We're going to split this force in half, and I'm going to send half of them here, and the other half are going to wait for the men-at-arms. Okay, our wife is pregnant. That is actually very good, because we require more bargaining chips. I mean children. They're definitely children. They're not bargaining chips at all. Cool. So we're going to group these together. We're going to send these bombards over to here. That becomes our siege force. And we're going to wander on down over this direction. I want this guy to be a siege commander, so you'll do. Perfect. And we'll win some fame from this siege, from this battle, and from just generally winning this war, right? So we'll get some of this fame back, but... Oh, that's laggy. Okay. We're not going to get all of it back. Are we going to catch these guys over here? It says we are still. Okay, cool. So that's absolutely wonderful. That's going to be worth at least 50% war score. Oh, never mind. He's raising another force up over here. Interesting. That must have been like a holy order or something. I didn't notice that pop in, but it doesn't really matter. So we're going to hop down over here. We're at 42% war score right now. This battle will bring us up to 50% war score. So that'll be fine. From battles. 50% from battles. That's only 44%? Really? We just stack wiped their entire army and only got 44% war score from battles. Okay, that's awkward. Very awkward indeed. Luckily, we don't have any factionalism. We've managed to work our way out of that. Regent is being a jerk. That's not a shock. We're at 84% war score right now. 12 of 13, noted. And we get a diplomacy perk here. What are we going to get? Praetorian Guard. Absolutely. So that'll boost up our monthly prestige. We're definitely getting a lot of prestige here. That looks good. Our regent is being a jerk. That's extraordinarily expected. Cool. And we're going to enforce those demands and disband our troops. And of course, we're going to need to grant out Serbia. So we'll create this kingdom title. That is going to go here. We'll grant that over to this guy. And he is going to get the Sultanate of Serbia and everything below it. So he's now going to be extraordinarily happy. And that, of course, means that there's just this location and this location to go. So we're going to immediately declare war again on the Byzantines here. Yeah, we're breaking truces on all of these. That's absolutely what we're doing. So we're going to go for Cyprus this time. And yeah, we're going to lose a level of fame. It's going to bring us from living legend down. No doubt about that. But we're already a truce breaker, and the opinion penalty doesn't stack, so this is absolutely fine. We're going to raise up forces again here. And we just got to move quick, right? This is probably the final episode, isn't it? I just now realized that. It probably is at the rate we're going. If we had to fight that additional faction, that might have delayed it beyond the end of the game, which would have been problematic. But luckily, we managed to get out of that one. We have a sun and air. That's always good. And we're going to head over to Cyprus here. Now, the Byzantines are probably getting very tired of this. I wouldn't blame them. We're being very, very rude, for the record. Like, incredibly, incredibly rude. So we're going to finish up this siege here. They're standing right where we want to do our next siege, so we're going to fight them there. Absolutely. So that siege is over, and how much fame do we need to get back to Exalted Among Men? We might get this from this battle. Maybe. Actually, 2258. That did do the trick. So that's great. Yeah, they're using their hook. I'm not surprised about that. We knew that they'd be up to some shenaniganery when they started, well, when they demanded the hooks and we acquiesced, but I feel like that was absolutely necessary. So I did not want to fight that faction just because of timing. Not because we couldn't win, but just because it would take a while, right? So that's definitely something to consider. I do want to grab back this castle here since we are not at our cap. There we go. Phenomenal. Our wife is no longer pregnant. That is sad. And we're going to go hit their capital here. So with Cyprus under control, that's going to be one of the larger time outlays done because we're not going to have to embark anymore when fighting over here. So that's absolutely great. We're going to sail over to their capital. And we just inherited this mosque, which we don't need. We're going to grant that out. We can't hold it. That's fine. No problem whatsoever there. And in theory, our vassals should be somewhat getting over Trucebreaker due to long reign. Our regent continues to have people attempting to abduct him. Okay. And yes, show this guy in. That'll be fine. We're absolutely delighted to get more prestige and work our way up. We're currently in Exalted Among Men, moving towards the Living Legend. But this is still pretty good, all things considered, considering how many levels of fame we've lost recently. Really, only 98%? Oh, that's sad. I mean, we control ticking war scores, so ticking could end before we get this siege done, potentially. But it doesn't look like it's going to. Cool. So siege is over. We're going to enforce those demands. That is Cyprus under our control. So this is a duchy rank realm. We're going to create the kingdom title here. And you are going to get the Sultanate of Cyprus. So you're going to be much happier now. I'm also going to send you a gift, gaining 93 opinion. And then I'm going to demand your conversion, which you have a 100% chance of acceptance on. Perfect. So that's all looking good. We can get rid of all that stuff. And at this point, we have exactly 1 year left for 2 wars. So I'd love to do a holy war for kingdom. We don't have an additional kingdom level war to do this life. So all we can do is 2 duchy level wars. Out of curiosity, can we do a de jure war if we were to... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Noted. How much do we need to get the kingdom? 4 counties. So if we go for this duchy, we can probably... No, we can't usurp it because they consider our faith to be hostile. Right. Double checking claimants here, real quick. The Byzantine Emperor. Yeah, these guys would not come to our court. That's not shocking. So it's going to have to be doing it via duchy claims. So 2 wars, and that's the best we can do. So we can do something like this. We'll lose the level of fame anyway, but this is going to cost us faith instead of prestige, or rather piety instead of prestige, which we're okay with. So we're going to lose a level of fame here, going down to illustrious, and we're going to raise up our forces right over here, raising our men-at-arms and raising our levy troops. And yep, losing a level of fame is obvious. So we're going to have something like this. That'll be fine. We'll split this force in half, and... Oh, there's not a crossing here. For some reason, I thought there was a crossing here. Okay, that's fine. It's just mildly awkward. But that is absolutely fine. So in we go. Eventually, our men-at-arms will arrive, and there they are. We're going to head on down over this way. And of course, these wars are just going to be getting faster and faster, right? So that's absolutely fine. We're going to be dropping off our bombards here. So bombards go there, not these levies. And we go see if we can catch this force before it embarks. That'd be absolutely great if we did. And it looks like we're going to. So fantastic. This siege is obviously, if I can select it, going to be ending shortly. We also want to have this guy in charge. We're going to hop over here. And yeah, we're going to take attrition up here, but I don't honestly care. Attrition is not a problem for us, really, at this moment. So we're going to look to catch this force over here. Our regent is being an absolute jerk. No shockers there. And that, of course, means that because our regent is a jerk, we have to hand out this title again. Okay. So there's that handled. The Emperor is personally commanding this force, and that's going to get stack wiped. So that's intriguing. And that actually ends the war. So we're going to enforce our demands there and disband our troops. And of course, we're going to need to create this duchy title. And we'll grant that over to this guy. And everything below it. There you go, buddy. Fantastic. Now, one war remains. Just the one war. This is kind of working out perfectly for timing. So we declare here... This is going to be another holy war for duchy. And this is it. This is the last war. There are no other possible wars other than internal wars because we control the entirety of the map other than this one location. Phenomenal. So we'll declare this. We're going to go down from illustrious down to distinguished. But that's fine. We don't really care too much about our level of fame. We'll work that back up. And we'll raise our men-at-arms, and we'll raise levy troops. Fantastic. Okay, so this is enough. And as soon as our men-at-arms arrive, this guy has, like, no resources because we've been continually stack-wiping his forces and taking more and more of his territory. We've been very rude to the Byzantines, but honestly, they gave us no real choice. I would have absolutely not broken truces. I would have just gotten the Empire title and done it de jure if it was up to me. But no, this guy has to be a hostile face. And we just didn't really have the time to do any intrigue to do anything about that, right? We're too close to the end of the game. So we have to conquer. And so we shall. We're already at 50% war score here. I doubt this will end the war, but we'll see. I highly doubt it. Sure, show this guy in. Cool. 150 prestige. I like it. So that'll be absolutely fine. We'll get ourselves the Byzantine Empire. We've got only a few months left in the game. We may as well play it out to the end date at this point. So that seems fine. We need a new Chancellor. That'll be... Wow, skill 50. Okay, that'll be this guy. And of course, this war is over. As are all wars. There are no more wars. So we'll enforce those demands, disband our troops. Now we're going to grab this kingdom title, and we're going to grant that to this guy. Perfect. And there we go. Just like that. This is ours, right? Yes. Just like that, there's nothing we can do. There's no one we can declare war on. We can swing the scales of power against our regent. Our regent is a jerk. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about him. We just have to wait for him to die. And he's feeling fine right now. So it'll be a bit on that one. That'll happen after the end of the game. We just need him to go away, right? We tried to kill him and failed miserably, but that's absolutely fine. Let's tick on forward. The end of the game should be, I believe, 1 January of next year. So we've only got a couple more years to go here. Our regent is, of course, continuing to be a jerk, as you would expect. But that's that. That is a world conquest. And to think, I wasn't even setting out for a world conquest. That wasn't the plan until, like, 100 years ago. So that was kind of remarkable. Absolutely. This is a rebellion over here. We have a few rebellions, absolutely, but we control the entirety of the world. And also, there's only about 1 month left in the game, so perfect timing. Actually, we're right at the end of the episode, too, so we don't even have any awkward episode timings. This worked out basically perfectly. I love it. So that's absolutely great. The one thing that I wish that CK3 had is a replay mode, where you can watch the growth of your empire over the years. But here we go. That is the end. The end date of the game has been reached. Phenomenal. So this guy was only in charge for 5 years. This is going to be very annoying. Okay. We're going to have to exit to menu then. And there we go. That is the end of the Arabian Empire. We reached the end date and conquered the world at basically the same time. And that's fantastic. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.